All right, it finally happened. The SEC, after kind of watching all these major banks failed, have decided to go after cryptocurrencies. This started yesterday on Monday when they announced 13 charges against Binance, a Hong Kong-based company that is the largest marketplace for cryptocurrency in the world. And then I was thinking about talking about it. And then on Tuesday, they announced that the SEC was also filing charges against Coinbase, which is a publicly traded US company. This is really interesting, and it kind of changes the landscape on how cryptocurrency is viewed by regulators. For the longest time, the SEC and other regulators have wanted cryptocurrencies to be treated just like any other stock or security and have them be taxed and regulated in the same way. This has really accelerated in the past year as a lot of major cryptocurrencies, a lot of fraud. FTX was the main catalyst that probably pushed this forward, but it was the idea that the SEC has been working on this for a long time. Binance is something that I don't fully understand, but its main charges against it are that it was not allowed to be run in the United States. This was a decision that I think was made back in 2018, but Binance and CZ, their founder, made it very clear via internal memos from the filings that I read. I read probably the first 20 pages of the SEC filings against them, basically saying that yes, they understand that they are not allowed to operate in the United States, but they are going to go around that by trying to push a lot of their major account holders to use VPNs to get around that. So they're still advertising to people in the US, and they're making money based off of US investors, but they weren't allowed to be there. So Binance, if you remember, was the major company that people thought they were going to come in and save FTX, ended up not. And it seems like they've kind of been on the hot seat ever since then, as the cascading effect of FTX failing has kind of gone on. We still really don't know the full extent of how the SEC and people are going to handle those situations, but Coinbase is a thing that's going to be really interesting. Coinbase, unlike Binance, is a US company, and it was one of the first cryptocurrency platforms to be accepted to be traded on the stock market. Basically, the argument that is made in the case is that Coinbase is saying that as the SEC allowed them to become a publicly traded company, that they were agreeing that they were following all US rules and regulations. Basically, if they didn't feel that, they wouldn't have allowed them to go IPO just a couple of years ago. Then you look at the SEC and they say that they by Coinbase, have fully known that the cryptocurrency should be treated as securities and have been going around that as a way to make money. And they've prioritized making money over doing what is right and have put consumer funds in dangerous spots. So what does this mean for you and me? This worries me a little bit. Basically, Binance is one of the largest platforms when it comes to buying and selling cryptocurrencies, and that is very important. Cryptocurrency as a whole can only succeed if it's accessible to as many people as possible. You have the risk of regulators coming in and trying to regulate how stuff is bought and sold, but as long as people can have access to it, it's not that much of a worry. But we've had some of the largest marketplaces and exchanges go down in the past couple of years, with FTX being the largest one recently. And if Binance has more problems, the liquidity is really going to have some problems propping up the overall crypto markets. There are also some allegations in the Binance documents saying that Binance has been propping up the prices of cryptocurrencies artificially, and it's going to be really interesting to see more information that comes out of that and see if any of the altcoins, stuff that is not Bitcoin, will do as a result of that. Going back to how I think it's going to affect us, it does worry me for the accessibility of buying cryptocurrency in the United States and abroad. Being able to buy it is super important. So the people that hold it right now, it's fine. They're not going to, come in and take our cryptocurrency away. The worry is that it's going to become more and more difficult to transfer that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies securely. So I've been working on making this video for a long time of why I've moved my money off of the exchanges into a cold storage wallet. I think everyone should do that. I probably should push out that video faster because of what's been going on. So this isn't like a catastrophe type of day. It's just going to be very interesting to see what is going to change. The SEC has been very adamant that they are going to start regulating cryptocurrency, so this shouldn't come as a surprise to people that have really been paying attention to what's been going on. It was going to be, when is it going to happen, not if it's going to happen. So this isn't a panic moment. Bitcoin, funnily enough, has really rallied after this news. When I look at Bitcoin price right now, it's up 5.39% today, and then you go to Coinbase stock, and Coin stock is not doing so hot, down 12% on the day, because this really is a big problem for the stock and just the platform as a whole. So as a crypto investor overall, I'm not worried. If I was a Coinbase investor, I would be very worried. The SEC is someone that you really do not want to piss off, and it seems like they've gotten on the wrong side of it, and it seems like they're going to come after them pretty aggressively. What that means, I don't know. It could be fines, it could be removal off the stock exchange. We really don't know. This is kind of unprecedented when it comes to publicly traded US companies. The Binance thing is interesting and we're going to watch to see what happens, but the Coinbase story is really intriguing me because it's a US company that says that they're following all US laws, and the SEC is like, maybe not, we think you've been kind of skirting around them. So it's going to be that battle between those two US based entities to see what the future of cryptocurrency in the United States is going to be. So right now I'm not panicking at all. I have my money, my crypto stored on a cold wallet, so I'm not worried about that in the short term. This does kind of hurt my long-term outlook on cryptocurrency as a whole. We're really just going to need to see what happens as a result of regulation. I think regulating cryptocurrency isn't necessarily bad. It's probably expected, but it's going to be interesting to see how it goes about being regulated for the long-term potential of cryptocurrency as an investment and as a viable way of transferring money back and forth between people without worrying about currencies and stuff like that. So let me know what you thought about this story. Do you think Coinbase is in trouble? Do you think Binance is going to... Well, I don't even know what the SEC could really do against Binance. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. This is kind of the first domino in the SEC coming in and trying to regulate cryptocurrency. So I do think that it was newsworthy, and that's why I wanted to kind of hop on a random Tuesday at 4 o'clock and record a video and get it out as soon as possible. So let me know what you think about this situation in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.